So we took a little break, but in our little break, Carolina was also free, and we started talking again. And so we decided just sort of to continue from where we were and formulate a few more questions for Dr. Korde, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And what we were saying off camera just now was the fact that the Ashtanga practice can often be, probably often doesn't reach below an hour and a half, quite often 2 hours and sometimes 3 hours, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned the fact of what are we trying to achieve by practicing that long?
Yes. Yeah, what is it that you would like to derive out of it after spending 3 hours or 3.5 hours on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, personally speaking, I suppose, I'm thinking about, well, I've got this sequence of postures to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's the amount of time it takes at
Yes.
my snail pace to go
Yes.
through them all.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that it will loosen my body to allow me to sit for longer, to be comfortable as I move around. And also I'm hoping that I can then take that into later life. If I've got a freedom in the joints, it seems to take that long to go through all the different parts of the body.
Mm-hmm.
But would you say that that's taking way too long, or?
It is taking way too long.
Right.
Yes. That is my personal opinion
Yeah.
about it. Because is that what we have taken the physical body for? Why have you taken this physical body? To practice Ashtanga Yoga only? Is that the ultimatum in your life, or is there more to it? Because this is just a physical body.
Yes. Unfortunately, you're talking to the wrong person if we're hoping for any spiritual
Yes.
acclamations.
Yeah. So it is finally elevating yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elevating yourself means what? Is abilities to move around and twist and turn like an acrobat. Is that what is the ultimate? Which is desired?
The ultimate desire. Yes, I can see I like the physical part of things.
Yes.
And I feel that there is definitely a way of treating other people and a way of interacting with the world.
Yes.
Personally, I'm not using the physical practice to gain enlightenment or take me into a different understanding. For a lot of
Yes.
people, that might be the case.
Yes.
So are we trying to say that if it's purely a physical thing, am I expending a lot of energy needlessly?
Well, point number one is that all of us have got an effect on the people whom we surround.
Yes.
Yeah? Whether it is positive or negative, the measure is different. Yeah. All of us have got one ultimate aim, is to live a healthy life. Yeah. Whether it is looking forward towards spirituality or not looking forward towards spirituality, the aim is I should be healthy in my body. If these 2 points are recognized, the third point comes as to why should I be healthy in my body? Aren't the hospitals there enough to take care of me?
Right. Yeah.
Right? So if I have to be healthy in my body, there has to be an aim towards what I would like to achieve with that health. And just as nature has it within itself, it's like I would like to help myself, my family, or people whom I can extend my support and help towards. That's the innate nature that is born within you.
Yeah.
It is something that you're born with. Being spiritually enlightened doesn't mean that you can sit 6 feet above the ground, or you can do all this magical kind of tricks.
No.
That is not what is spirituality about, as ascribed to a normal human being.
Yeah.
We are not all yogis, or none of us are all gurus. But for a layman or for a lay human being, it will be my ability to help myself and my ability to extend my help towards who needs it. That is the innate desire. Even if somebody falls down on the ground over there tomorrow, you would love to go and pick him up and say, are you all right? Which is an inborn nature. You don't have to follow spirituality for that.
No, it's in you. Although there are plenty of people that would just walk straight by, unfortunately, isn't there?
For which their minds are clogged.
Yeah.
So for a person who's kept a clear mind, even if a dog falls down on the street, you will go over there, and because it's another living being, you will move it away from danger.
Yeah.
It is life trying to protect life. Whether you are an animal or whether you are a human, it's the nature within us.
Yeah. So
which
then the
we're born with.
physical practice is giving us that healthiness.
Yes, the physical practice that gives you the healthiness allows you to think with a clear mind. That though you don't mean to do it, you go ahead and do it. It is not pre-planned by you.
Yeah.
It is just an extension of you.
So is there like something that people can recognize in themselves, whether what they're doing in their practice is really just become too much of it, just an exercise thing, and not supporting them more emotionally, mentally, that sort of
Then
thing?
they have to reflect, because
Yeah.
when you are practicing yoga, you are not only merely doing physical exercises. It is your intellect and your mind that are involved together with your body when you do each of the posture, because you're concentrating upon certain kind of movements with certain kind of twists and turns, and if you do it wrong, you definitely damage your body. So you are alert or on high alert. It's not like picking up dumbbells and shaking your arms or things like that.
Yeah.
It is a posture which requires direction in a certain movement and keeping it within the body physical limits for a certain period of time, wherein your mind will tell you this is enough and I need to move on and do a different posture to balance this.
Yeah.
So all of us are aware about it, but we also have the habit of clogging our own minds and trying to listen to somebody else more than to listening to yourself.
And can you trust yourself though?
Yes, of course.
Do you think so? 'Cause
Yes, of
do we
course.
not all have our desires for, like for me, so for instance, I'm Kapha, I love chocolate.
Yeah.
So if I listen to myself, I'd eat a lot of chocolate. But I have to say, okay, I really don't need that.
Yeah, but your
So-
intellect has already understood it.
Yes.
That I like chocolate, a lot of it, but I know it is harmful to my body.
Yeah.
So I'm not stopping you from eating the chocolate. I will allow you to eat a small bit of it and
Yeah.
enjoy the taste of it and be satisfied with it.
Yeah. So you have to put your intellect over and above
Yes.
your
Desires.
emotional
Yeah,
desires.
emotional
as well.
desires, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And so when we're thinking about the physical practice taking too long, maybe taking too much energy out of us, are there certain parts of it that you would say we're leading really also to meditation, aren't we, as well?
Yes.
Of trying to bring that into
The practice
what we do.
itself is a meditative form of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can also sit and meditate at some
Yes.
stage,
Yes.
either before or
Yes.
after. From an Ayurvedic point of view, does it make any difference whether we sit first early in the morning and then do the physical practice, or do something physical and then try and sit and meditate afterwards?
It is the process of initiation, existence, and then perfection
Right.
in everything. That's the rule of nature. So when you begin with, you always start telling your body that yes, I'm seated here to start with a series of exercises. So you calm yourself down first,
Yeah.
then start with a series of exercises, then you raise the tempo up to a certain level, then you slow down a little bit, and then come back to achieve homeostasis again with yourself.
With yourself after the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it starts with calmness, builds up slowly, and then again moves down towards calmness
And
again.
finishes with calmness.
Yeah, finishes with calmness, yeah.
One thing we were, again, talking off camera just now, and we've noticed in practitioners that have been practicing maybe for quite a long time, that there seems to be, I'm not sure, we're very much associated with the Ashtanga practice, so not always aware of what's happening in other forms of, or styles of yoga. But we see a drying out of the body. Sometimes the skin getting very thin and papery, the joints a bit sort of creaky, a bit dry. So what's happening there? Is there too much heat in the practice? Or?
It's not the heat only, it is a drying up of the body, because vata in the body increases.
Right.
So vata in the body increases, and thereby there is dryness that takes
So that's
place.
our airiness,
That's
our
the
airy
airiness,
qualities.
yeah, airy qualities.
Yeah.
If you look at the phases of the body. In the initial phase, when you're young, it is kapha which is predominant.
Right.
In the middle age, in your youth, it is the pitta which is predominant. And as you age, it is the vata which is predominant. Yeah. So if you do things which will be drying up or which will be overusing your body, the reflection is drying up.
Okay.
That is a easier symptom that you are overdoing it if you're dried up. Yeah. So the ways to counteract it, the Ayurvedic way,
Yes.
is application of oil every day on the body.
And so a particular type of oil, is one better than another?
Generalized,
Hmm.
if I'm going to say for a layman,
Yeah.
is the sesame oil.
Sesame oil would be
Yes.
number one.
Number one.
Okay. And
Number
does it need
two
to
will be
pure?
for pitta. Yeah, it needs to be cold pressed and
Cold
organic.
pressed. Cold pressed organic.
Organic.
Yeah.
For pitta type of people, wherein the heat is a little more, I would recommend coconut oil.
Yes. And then for a kapha type,
It is mostly mustard oil that is recommended.
mustard oil. So that has a certain heat to it.
Certain
doesn't
heat
it?
to it, yes.
Okay. And so that's applied to the body.
That is applied to the body. It is a very easy technique of rubbing it on your body, waiting for about 10 minutes before you shower. The analogy I would use for this is if you keep a nail,
Yes.
an iron nail, just outside in open weather,
Yeah.
and leave it on for some time, you can see that after a while it accumulates rust over that.
Yes.
Yeah? But if you're going to dip that nail in oil and leave it out, the shine and the glow of the metal still remains. It's the same thing that the
It's
oil
same
does
sort
to
of
the
thing.
body.
We're sinking it into the skin.
Yeah.
Does it penetrate any deeper than just the very superficial layer?
No,
of the
it does
skin then?
penetrate to the deepest level. It's called as percutaneous absorption.
Right.
Yeah, through the skin, the absorption of material takes place, even to the level of the bone.
Okay. And so the washing it off.
Yes.
Does it take anything away with it when we wash it off? Or are there-
It cleanses the skin
It
off
cleanses
with the
the skin.
epithelial cells.
Yeah.
It takes off the epithelial cells. At the same time, it adds more luster to your skin and glow to your skin.
And so is there any difference between applying an oil to yourself, and so you're literally just putting it on the skin,
Yes.
as against having an Ayurvedic massage, shall we say, where there's strokes and there's...
Yes.
So what is the difference there?
The
between
difference there is you cannot do an Ayurvedic massage every day. So every day it has to be an application of oil.
Right.
But at least once in a week you need to get a massage done, or once in 2 weeks' time you need to get a massage done to drain up the body of the toxins. There are lymphatics in the body, there's blood vascular system in the body. There are so many other systems which need to move. Sometimes we do not use certain particular parts of our body.
Yeah.
Certain muscles are
Particularly
never
we've got
used.
sedentary jobs.
Yeah,
and that type
sedentary
of thing.
jobs and everything.
Mm.
Yeah. So it is highly recommended that you have a massage for people who are not doing any form of exercise at least once a week.
Yeah.
At least once a week.
And can they be too strong? Can massages, is there an ideal level of intensity of a massage? Because Ayurvedic massages tend to be not overly strong, do they? They tend
No,
to
they
be
don't.
more flowing, longer
Yes.
strokes, that type of
Yes.
thing.
Yes. Now it depends on the personality type which is experiencing the massage.
Right.
Yeah, a kapha type of person will require a stronger form of massage.
Yeah.
A pitta type of person will require a nice and a delicate and a light massage.
Right.
Yeah, because his body itself is very tender and nice. A vata type of person will require a massage which is more invigorating kind.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And the types of oils, should that be, again, obviously changed for the body type?
They
but
change for the
changed
body
for
type.
the season or not?
Change for the season as well. In a situation which is very hot,
Yeah.
anyone could use coconut oil.
Right, because coconut oil is sort of cooling.
Cooling,
isn't it?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then in a cold climate,
Most of them should use a mixture of sesame and mustard.
sesame and mustard oil.
Yeah.
And for those people that, I mean, in Europe, I think like sesame oil is pretty expensive. Coconut
Yes.
oil, I think we can get
Yes.
fairly easily.
Yes.
Is there a substitute, like I think in the West we can get almond oil, that sort of thing? What would that be the closest to?
The closest would be olive oil.
Right, olive oil would be the closest
The
to
closest to any other thing. Yeah.
to the sesame oil.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I was massaging in Italy maybe 5-6 years ago, and they had olive trees in their garden. They pressed their own olives, and so we had extra virgin cold pressed olive oil
olive oil.
that we pilfered, I suppose, really, from the storehouse, and we're using it for massage until the woman that owned the place found out that we were using her top quality oil for massaging and put an end to it. But actually it was a really beautiful oil to massage with because it had a lovely fragrance, it was thick, and it really got absorbed nicely by the skin.
Penetration is very easy.
So if you're in Europe, then seek out
Yes.
an olive oil, really
Yes.
nice pure olive oil. It's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so I think we'll stop that little segment there because I've got everything is running through my mind, and I think we can just keep the things a little bit defined. I think will be the easiest way.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks very much.
Welcome.